For a long time, I believed my mind was the problem. I thought it was the thing standing in the way of everything I wanted. The reason manifestation felt hard, the reason I couldn't stay positive, the reason I kept overthinking, doubting, hesitating. I tried to quiet it, control it, override it. I told myself things like, your thoughts create your reality, so stop thinking like that. And every time my mind resisted, I blamed myself. But eventually, something clicked. What if my mind wasn't blocking me? What if it was protecting me? This video is about that shift, because it completely changed how I understand manifestation, healing, and growth. And honestly, it saved me from fighting myself anymore. For years, I lived in this internal battle. One part of me wanted more freedom, more alignment, more ease. Another part of me was anxious, cautious, always scanning for what could go wrong. I saw that second part as the enemy. I thought if I could just reprogram my thoughts, everything would finally flow. So I tried everything: affirmations, mental discipline, visualization, positive thinking. And sometimes it worked, temporarily. But eventually my mind would push back. Doubt would creep in, fear would surface, old patterns would return, and I'd feel like I failed again. What I didn't realize back then was this: my mind wasn't sabotaging me. It was trying to keep me safe, based on what it had learned. Here's the part most manifestation content doesn't explain. Your mind doesn't care about your desires. It cares about your survival. And survival isn't about abundance or alignment. It's about predictability. Your mind's job is to protect you from pain you've already experienced. So when you try to move towards something unfamiliar, even something good, your mind checks. Is this safe? Is this predictable? Have we done this before without getting hurt? If the answer is no, your mind steps in, not to block you, to protect you. I started seeing this clearly during a period where things in my life were actually going well. No crisis, no chaos, no urgent problems. And yet, I felt restless. I kept thinking something was about to go wrong. I couldn't fully relax. I'd start questioning decisions that were already working, creating worries that didn't exist yet. And at first, I judged myself hard for that. I thought, why can't I just enjoy this? But then I realized something uncomfortable. My nervous system had learned that calm was temporary. In the past, calm was usually followed by disappointment, so my mind learned to stay alert. Not because it was broken, but because it was smart. It was saying, last time we relaxed, we got blindsided. Let's not do that again. That's when I stopped asking, how do I get rid of these thoughts? And started asking, what are they trying to protect me from? That question changed everything. When you see your mind as an enemy, you fight it. When you see it as a protector, you listen. And listening doesn't mean obeying fear. It means understanding its origin. A lot of the resistance people experience with manifestation isn't resistance to desire. It's resistance to uncertainty. Your mind would rather keep you in a familiar struggle than move you into an unfamiliar calm, because struggle, at least, is known. I noticed this pattern over and over. Whenever I was about to step into something new, a new level of ease, a new opportunity, a new version of myself, my mind would get louder. More doubts, more what-ifs, more reasons to slow down. And instead of trying to silence it, I tried something different. I acknowledged it. I literally said to myself, thank you, I see what you're trying to do. And the intensity dropped. Not because the fear disappeared, but because it no longer had to scream to be heard. This is something no one tells you. Fear gets louder when it feels ignored. Your mind escalates when you treat it like a problem to eliminate. But when you recognize its protective role, it softens. That doesn't mean you let it run your life. It means you stop fighting yourself. Here's where manifestation gets misunderstood. People think alignment means no fear, no doubt, no hesitation. But real alignment includes your nervous system. If your body doesn't feel safe, your mind will resist, no matter how many affirmations you repeat. That's why some manifestations feel exhausting. You're trying to force change faster than your system can integrate it. Your mind isn't blocking abundance. It's saying, can we slow this down enough to feel safe? When I stopped treating my mind like something to conquer, things shifted. I stopped forcing belief. I stopped trying to think my way into a new reality. Instead, I focused on safety. Not external safety, internal safety. Could I feel safe with uncertainty? Could I feel safe without controlling outcomes? Could I feel safe without constantly preparing for the worst? That became the real work. And it wasn't glamorous. It didn't look like manifesting overnight miracles. It looked like sitting with discomfort without running from it, letting fear exist without letting it decide, giving my system time to adjust to new possibilities. This is where most people quit, because this phase doesn't feel powerful. It feels slow, but slow isn't stuck. Slow is integration. Think about it like this. If you've lived in survival mode for years, your system doesn't instantly trust ease. It has to learn it. Just like a muscle learns a new movement, just like your body learns a new posture, your mind learns safety through experience, not logic. That's why trying to convince your mind rarely works. Safety isn't intellectual, it's felt. Once I understood that, I stopped asking, how do I get past my mind? And started asking, how do I bring my mind with me? That changed how I approached everything. Manifestation stopped being about control. It became about cooperation. I noticed that when I slowed down and honored my resistance, it didn't grow, it dissolved. Because resistance isn't the problem, unacknowledged resistance is. Your mind doesn't block you when you listen. It blocks you when it feels unheard. This is why so many people feel stuck despite doing everything right. They're trying to override protection instead of building trust. Trust takes time, but it creates stability, and stability is what allows manifestations to stay. I started noticing something else. The things that came into my life once I felt safer didn't come with anxiety attached. They didn't feel fragile. I wasn't afraid of losing them because I wasn't fighting myself to have them. That's when it really hit me. The mind you're trying to silence is the same mind that kept you alive. It learned its strategies for a reason. You don't have to get rid of it. You have to update it. And updates happen through experience, not force. So if your mind feels loud right now, if it questions your desires, if it hesitates when you try to move forward, pause before you judge it. Ask what it's protecting you from. Ask when it learned that strategy. And thank it, genuinely, not sarcastically. That doesn't make you weak. It makes you integrated. This is the difference between surface-level manifestation and embodied manifestation. One tries to bypass fear, the other moves with it. And moving with it is what actually creates change that lasts. Your mind isn't blocking you. It's standing at the edge of something unfamiliar, asking, are we safe here? When you answer that question with patience instead of pressure, something opens, not all at once, but steadily. And once your mind trusts you, it stops pulling you back. It walks with you. That's when growth stops feeling like a fight. That's when manifestation stops feeling fragile. And that's when your life starts changing in ways you don't have to maintain with constant effort. So if you've been frustrated with your mind, if you've felt like your thoughts are holding you hostage, try this instead. Stop trying to silence them. Start listening, because the part of you you're fighting might be the part that's been protecting you all along. And once you stop treating it like an obstacle, it stops acting like one. Take your time with that. Nothing is wrong with you. Your system has just been trying to keep you safe, and now you get to show it that it's okay to move forward.